Hey everyone, thanks for being here. Sorry it's been a bit since my last video. Last weekend I was on my annual 4-day bike trip with a group that I ride with. It was cold the whole weekend and rainy for half the weekend, but as always the time with friends was amazing. I went 1,000 miles in 4 days on my 2025 Honda Rebel 1100T. Let's talk about how that went. First, let's talk about the good stuff. This trip confirmed what I love about this bike. First, this bike has tons of power. Put this bike in sport mode and it loves to go. One thing I noted while we were riding in the rain, at first I put the bike in rain mode but found that the acceleration was a little too slow. I was actually having trouble keeping up with the group when accelerating. So while riding on wet roads, I put the bike in standard mode and put it back to sport mode on dry roads. Next up is the handling. On this weekend's ride, we didn't have lots of twisties. We had a few at the beginning of the ride before we hit rain Friday afternoon. The rest of the roads were nice back country roads, but not much in the way of twisties. That's probably for the best considering all the rain we ran into. They wouldn't have been that enjoyable anyway. This bike handles like a dream in the turns. It is incredibly flickable and easy to handle in parking lots and slow traffic as well. I took it out for a ride with a couple friends the following weekend and enjoyed a few twisties, and it handled them beautifully. Let's talk about gas mileage. In the first few weeks that I had the bike, I think I was averaging 40 to 45 miles per gallon. Some of that was because of fast highway riding with the RPMs consistently in the 4,500 range. A lot of the rest of the time was in stop-and-go traffic. But on this trip, we spent a lot of time on the open road, going anywhere from 45 to 65, and my gas mileage cranked all the way up to 55 and even 60 on one day. This lessened the concern of the 3.6 gallon tank, since I was now able to get 180 to 200 miles before having to gas up again, and we stopped about every 150 miles anyway. Okay, so let's get to the not so pleasant parts of the trip. 2 years ago, the first year I rode with this group, I bought a sheepskin seat cushion for my Indian Chieftain, and it worked very well. When I was planning for this trip, I couldn't find the attachment strap for the sheepskin cover, so I bought the gel seat cover from Amazon that I had talked about earlier. But then I found the strap for the sheepskin and decided to use that instead. Mistakes have been made. After 45 minutes, my butt was getting very sore. By the time we stopped about every 1.5 to 2 hours, I was in serious pain. This sheepskin does nothing at all to help with Honda's really uncomfortable seat. Honda has said that they improved the stock seat on this bike this year, but it is still nowhere near adequate for a full day ride. For my ride the following weekend, I used the other seat cushion, the gel thing from Amazon that I just picked up, but also stopped about every hour as well, so the ride wasn't nearly as bad. Nevertheless, something needs to be done about this seat. I know that Honda has a comfort rider seat, but I haven't been able to find any reviews on it to see if it's actually comfortable for full day rides of 250 miles or more. I know it's a thicker seat, that's about it. So if anyone has any experience or knows of anyone who has done a review on the Honda Comfort Rider seat, let me know in the comments below. I'm very interested to find that out. I know Corbin and Mustang make seats for this bike that are very well rated, but that is out of my budget for right now. I've seen others say that cushions, like Airhawk, help a little bit, but not that much. That's kind of been the experience with this gel seat. It's a similar idea as some of the other seat cushions where it just provides a little bit of extra padding, but does not provide a long day of riding level of comfort. Next is the handlebars. Since this is a sport cruiser, it does have a bit of a lean to the bars for someone of my height, being about 5'6". This would be a more comfortable ride if the bars had the option to pull back more so that I could sit straight. I know for the 2025 year they did pull the bars back a little bit, but it could use some more. I'm going to dig into the wiring around the bars to see if I can come up with enough play to put my 2-inch ROX risers on this bike. We'll see. Honestly, I think 4 inches would be about right, but I doubt if I'll be able to get enough play in the wires without having to replace some or all of them. I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. Last on the list is the exhaust. I bought this Vance & Hines exhaust because not only do I not like the looks of the OEM exhaust, I don't really like the sound either. The exhaust with the least amount of noise that I could find was this one. I'm actually regretting that purchase right now. This exhaust is a little too loud for me still. It's okay for most of the time, but when you're throttling up a hill or giving the bike a lot of extra gas, it gets really loud and too loud for my liking. So before my ride the following weekend, I put the OEM exhaust back on. And when I was taking the Vance & Hines exhaust off, I noticed that it's already got some rust on it. Now I know I went through a lot of wet roads on my 4-day weekend trip, but this exhaust, being a Vance & Hines, should not be rusting after 1,500 miles that I've had it on the bike. I don't know if I just got a bad unit or what, but this really is not acceptable to me. I'll have to see if there's some kind of warranty on this thing, and after riding the following weekend with the OEM exhaust back on, I think I'm just going to stick with that and deal with it, get used to it. It's not ideal, it's not the sound I'm really looking for, but at least it's not shattering my eardrums. So there you have it, folks. I've put close to 2,000 miles on the 2025 Honda Rebel 1100T so far, and so far the seat is terrible, the handlebars need to be extended, the windshield I put on and the grip puppies I put on are doing quite well, they're very helpful. Everything else on this bike is doing great. Thanks everyone for watching. Please subscribe, catch you on the next one.